Confirm if my screen is visible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Right. So we were discussing, we did discuss VNet address space, then subnets. How can we have multiple subnets from a VNet, right? We cannot cross the total limit of a VNet. If we have acquired 1024 IPs in a VNet, then we can use them in different subnets, but we cannot go beyond them. If you want more, then you go for the next VNet, or you increase the number of total uh, IPs in that VNet. That is called address space, by the way. So remember this word. This is called address space of a VNet. And these are called subnets. Okay. Now there's a concept called usable IP. Yes, Ubed.
So, bye.
Hmm.
So, in previous one, do we have a question? Means, do we decrease the subnet, the slider?
Hmm.
And if yes, so suppose from this DB subnet, so IP address is 10.0.0 and have an IP which is for 10.0.0.
Your
.4.
voice is breaking, Ubed. Your voice is breaking.
I'm audible now.
You are, but your voice is breaking.
I'll put the question in the chat.
Uh, in short, if you're asking that when we decrease, what happens with the actual IPs? If the IPs are in use, you will not be able to decrease it. Let's say if you have only 5 IPs, all of them are in use, you will not be able to decrease that. Simple. And if available IPs
Sure.
are there, then it will be decreased, and it deducts from the continuous number. For example, it won't just start taking any random number. Now in this one, how many IPs are we left with? Let's say total we had 1024, right? These are the IPs which we had here. Out of them, we have used 128, then 256, then 256, then 256, and then 64. So this is the remaining IP. We have 64. So these are exactly coming in the same number, 10.0.0.0, then 10.0.1.0, and it will come exactly in the same order. It won't pick any random. So if your IPs are fitting in initial numbers, then it won't impact anything. And whenever you're creating any resources, it fits in the initial number. For example, here if you're taking this range starts with 10.0.0.128 to 10.0.0.191. Now you say instead of 64, I wanted this 32. So see, immediately it will make it 32, and it will deduct the last numbers, not from the middle of it or not from the starting of it. Okay? So now it is one. Let's copy this number. By the way, in real time, you will never see these kind of silly requests when someone is coming and asking you to break the cider for small IPs. Never happens. That's what I told you, that your architect team will design it in detail, thorough manner. So this is the current range when we had cider block 25, 64. Now I'm saying I want it 32. Okay, change it to 32. See, total IPs now I have, instead of 64, I'm using 32 IPs. Initial number was from 128 to 199 I was using, and after changing from 128 to 159. So it will keep your initial IPs and delete the later part. I hope that answers your question. So if your server is somewhere within this one, then it's not impacting. But if your server had an IP address of 171, then you will not be able to break the subnet. Yes, it will show under connected devices. When you go here, it will show under connected devices. All the IPs and everything will come here. You can export it to CSV, to Excel, and put some formulas, and you can do your own calculation then. You won't have to literally check on here. You can export it to a CSV. CSV is as good as Excel. You convert it to Excel, put your formulas, and then you will be able to redesign your network if you want. Yes, guys. Any other questions? Anyone else, guys, other than Obed? Okay, if you don't have any questions, we can start. Right. So there's a concept, guys, called usable IP. It's not only concept, it is one of the frequently asked question in interview. What usable IP? And this is specific to Azure, by the way. It is the concept is there in it was there in on-prem also, AWS and GCP also, but everywhere it's a different calculation. So we'll stick to Azure only. So this is very specific to Azure. All my questions, everything, whatever we're doing from now, it's specific to Azure. So concept is called usable IPs. Now, what is usable IP? Let's say that I tell you that this client needs a virtual network and he wants one VNet. In that he wants two subnet VNet, and the total requirement he will be having 500 virtual machines, right? Just I say 500 virtual machine doesn't mean 500 IPs. Sometimes one virtual machine can have multiple IPs also. So you be specific here. How many IPs? You be specific. He says 500 virtual machines. I'm planning to have only one IP on one machine. So again, I'm saying 500 IPs. That's all I need. 500 IPs, right? That's all this client requires. Now, you're planning his VNet. By the way, at admin level, you will never ever plan a VNet. You will simply just deploy it. But you should understand. You can't, in interview, you can't sit and say, I just used to deploy, so I don't understand anything. No, that's not the approach we will take. Right? So let's go ahead and create range, etc. He is not given. He says, fine, do whatever you want. Okay? So we are calling it as 500 IP VNet, 500 VNet, let's say, just for our understanding. Okay. Now, whatever it is there on the screen, will it cover the 500 requirement?
Yes.
Yes, it will cover.
Yes.
Does it mean we should take this?
No.
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 No, there will be
Similarly, like
wastage
if
of
you are asking
IPs
for
remaining.
contributor access, if you provide owner access, it will give you. But that does not mean I'll give you the highest access. I'll always talk about least privileged, the principle of least privilege, right? Similarly, if they have asked for 500, anything will uh, serve the purpose. But why would I waste the IP? Then what's the use of it? So if they have asked for 500, let's start from here and you guys tell me that which is useful for them.
23.
23. Okay. And how many subnets they have asked?
Two
Two.
subnets.
Two.
500.
Two
Two.
subnets.
Let's say three subnets. Three subnets? Good, because two subnets, it will still fit. Neck to neck, but it will fit. I won't be able to explain exactly what I'm trying to say here. So let's say three subnets. Fine. Each subnet or let's make it four subnets. It will be easier for you guys to calculate. Four subnets. Be it one subnet, two subnet, we'll be able to see what we are learning here. So four subnets we are looking for. And uh, exactly, he's saying divide them equally. Fine. So how many IPs do I have? 512 IPs in total I have. Because I'm selecting this one, 23 side. As of now, I say, fine, let's create it with default. I'll change them later. Not creating any computer as of now, so I would be happy to change them. I've created this. Okay. This is my VNet. The name of the VNet, I've taken 500 VNet because I'm looking for 500. No one will actually take the name like this. Naming convention will always be meaningful, something related to application or maybe region, right? Anything. But here, for our understanding, this is good one. So let's stick to this. It is being deployed. Once it is there, I'll go to the resource. I go to address space just to check if everything is correct. Client had asked 500 IPs. I have taken this CIDR, which gave me 512 IPs. I'm happy till here. Let's go to subnet. Right. Let's delete this. I'll create from scratch. Remember the requirement, 500 virtual machines I'm going to have, and I'm going to need 500 IPs. Subnet 1. They have asked us to divide equally. So I think which one will be useful? 128?
Yes,
Yeah,
120.
120, 20.
Subnet 1. Subnet 2. See, you don't have to worry that where it starts, where it ends. By the way, you can't have the same two subnets with same name. It will automatically pick. You just have to select the number of IPs you need. It will automatically pick where it ended and from where it is starting. Subnet 2. Subnet 3. Again, I'm taking 128. It will automatically calculate that where it ended and from where I have to start. You don't have to worry about it. And subnet 4. Can I have subnet 5 by the way?
Not possible.
Sorry?
No,
No, right?
Not
I
possible.
already
no.
utilized my
Yes,
512
okay.
IPs. So did someone say yes? Yes, no, maybe. What is it, guys?
No, we cannot.
We
We
can't.
cannot.
See, first subnet started from 10.0.0.0. Then it is the next subnet is 10.0.1.0, then 128, and then 0.128 and till here. But what was my requirement? I need 500 virtual machines. For that, I need 500 IPs. Okay, so let's calculate now. Here it is, the available IPs for me. 123. I mean, I can directly do into 4, but just to show you the effect. Am I getting what I was looking for?
No.
No.
Right?
No.
No. So what is the concept here? The concept of usable IPs. Now look at this. If I take this CIDR, it is utilizing 128 IPs. If this was the number 128, then yes, I'm achieving my number. But 128, not all of them are usable IPs for me. This is total number of IP. 128, it is total number of IP. Are all of them usable for me? No. How many gets detected? 5.
Right.
By default,
5.
5 in every subnet. In every subnet, 5 will get detected. Which are those IPs? So let's come here. I have it somewhere here. If not, I'll write it down and I'll share it with you guys. But I had it somewhere here. Let me see. Here it is. 5 IPs will be detected. So what is the concept of usable IPs? Total number of IP divide minus 5. It's your usable IP. Why 5? 10 dot, if we talk about this range, it will apply in every range. Just sharing this one, this range. 10.0.0.0, it will be used for network address. This will be your network address. You are not using it, you won't be able to use it. 10.0.255, it will be your broadcast address. You will not be able to use it. 255 is the last IP, right? In this case, which will be the broadcast IP?
254.
0.0.0.
Sorry?
127.
127 is the broadcast rate.
Yes. 0.1, 10.0.0.1. It's a default gateway address. You don't have to worry about it. What is default gateway? It's a default gateway address. 10.0.0.2, it's your router address. Even Azure will have its router. Every subnet will have its router. That is the reason you will be able to communicate from the outside world in case you want to communicate with internet, right? I hope you remember. We checked it yesterday that how your private IP converts to public, then how your router sends request to another public IP. Do you remember that, guys? So which means you need a router. In 10.0.0.3, Microsoft has reserved that for troubleshooting purpose or future utilization in every subnet. So in short, whatever number you're taking, minus 5, it's what is your usable IPs. Is this point clear to everyone?
Yes.
So now if I tell you that I need one VNet with 4 subnets and I'm looking for 500 usable, I won't say, I mean, client will not say usable IPs. Okay. They'll say simply IPs. They don't have to worry about it. So if I give you a task stating that I need 500 usable IPs, which one will you take? If you are creating the address space, will you go ahead with this one or will you change it? Will you go ahead with
Slash
23
22.
Then larger one.
Slash 22.
slash 22? And what if I tell you that, okay, I need 500 IPs and I need one VNet and 2 subnets? What do you think? Changing the number of subnets making any impact?
Yes.
It will
Yes.
work.
Yes.
We can we can have 10 IPs, 10 extra IPs.
What's wrong with subnet 4? Subnet 3 got deleted. Getting the point, guys? If you have only 2 subnets, you will be able to utilize this VNet address space. Why? Because this minus 5, it's happening at subnet level. So more subnets you have, more detection will be there. How many IPs do I have now? 123 into 2, 246. So either I'll have to create another subnet, and let's see if that give me, no. So I'll have to change these subnets and make them 256 each. Now, is it serving my purpose? What did I request? I requested 500 usable IPs, one VNet, two subnet. Now, is this useful for me?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
It is,
Yes.
right? But still, you will never see a request neck to neck. Even if you see something like this, trust me, your architect, your lead architect, your tech lead, or your client will say, we don't have to take this risk. Let's go to the next block. 1024. Let's take 1024. Few IPs are being wasted. It's okay. We are saving a lot. Few are okay. No one will take this risk because, as I told you, one machine can have multiple IPs. Maybe tomorrow we are planning to have some third party monitoring tool, and that monitoring tool's requirement is that we will not deal with your actual IP. We require a different IP. So all these 500 machines, out of them, if I'm planning to put 200 machines under that monitoring system, so I'll require more 200 IPs. And then here, if I'm just dealing with two extra IPs, not at all a good idea. So you'll always see client asking, let's go to the next one, next option, right? But this is just to uh, make you understand. So I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, if I give you a task that I need a VNet, a subnet, one VNet with one subnet, and I'm looking for 200 and one VNet, one subnet, I'm looking for 255 IPs, right? That's what I'm looking for. So I hope you guys will be able to pick the correct cider. If that is my request, will you guys pick this one? My requirement is 255 IPs I need. Will you pick this one?
No.
No,
No.
it doesn't
No.
work.
No.
Right? So I hope you are getting the idea of it. Now, you must have seen that these are the IPs which we just discussed, that Microsoft is reserving these. So whenever I create a virtual machine or any resource, what should be the first IP then?
Start flow.
It
0.
will always start with 4. Now let's go ahead and check if I create a virtual machine. This is, let's say, public subnet VM. We have a public subnet, right? So here I'll go. Don't want any infrastructure redundancy. Standard is fine. My VNet is in East US. If I create a machine in West US, will I be able to see my existing VNet?
No.
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 Select machine. Any size is fine. As of now, just want to see the IP address. We'll come to this. Not today, obviously. We are almost about to finish. Disk, we are not touching it now. We are already done with that. So here, I'm going to use my UT-Kloud VNet. I'm going to use my, what name did I give? I think public. So let's say public segment, public subnet. See, the range starts with 10.0.0.1.0, and I simply just go ahead and create it. I will still have the public IP on my machine because to this private IP, will I be able to connect to this private IP using my private IP? Is that possible?
No.
No. Both are in different network.
Yeah. Both are in different network, and there is no connectivity we have established under my router or my Azure's router. There's no connectivity we have established. So this is being created. At the same time, I'll create another machine also in a different VNet. Sorry, in a different subnet. Let's not jump to VNet now. First, let's uh, check VMs in subnet. So one I created under public subnet. This is being created. Public IP. Not bothered about the public IP. As of now, we are working on private IP. So let's see what IP this machine has got. Meanwhile, I'll start creating another one. I'm using same resource group. It doesn't matter at all. If I'm in different resource group, still I will be able to use the same VNet as far as it is in same region and I do have access. If I don't have access to on that VNet, I won't be able to see it irrespective of the resource group. But if I have, my one machine is in this resource group, another machine can be in this one. Let's create it in different resource group. Let's say a VM DB subnet. Same VNet, different subnets we are creating, guys. And just to let you know, I'm using different resource groups, which doesn't matter at all. Still check all these boxes. What are these? We'll discuss them later. Go to networking. Make sure that I'm using same VNet. Now look at this. It is creating a new VNet. If I don't pay focus here and just go ahead with the new VNet, these two machines will be in different VNet and they will never be able to communicate by default. So I want to make sure that they are in same VNet. The first one was in public subnet. Now I'm creating one for DB subnet. So DB subnet, create. Now look at this machine. What is the IP address this machine got?
10.0.1.4.
Oh, though it starts with 10.0.0.1.0, but the IP address which we got, it is from 4. Why? Because we have reserved
What are
IP.
the
Dot 0, it's
It's
reserved
alright.
for network address. Dot 50 255 or the last IP, it's reserved for broadcast. One is reserved for default gateway. Dot 2 is reserved for router, and dot 3 is reserved for future utilization or troubleshooting purpose. MS has reserved it. Microsoft has reserved it. Hence, we will be able to use it from 4. Now, if I take a remote to this machine, obviously I'll have to use public because I am on a public network. This is private. It can't happen automatically. I'll have to do some VPN settings, etc. We are going to do that later. So for now, if I want to access this machine, I will have to public IP. I'll have to use public IP. Otherwise, you will not see public IP. So I'll log into this machine. So I'm trying to log into VM public subnet, a VM which is in the public subnet. IP address is 10.0.1.4. Similarly, I'll wait for this machine to get created and I'll log into that machine. Okay, we are in this machine. I'll just open PowerShell as an admin and turn off all the firewalls, because what we're trying to check now, the connectivity between my this subnet machine and the other subnet machine. So sometimes even if network connectivity is there, because of the firewall, you are not able to connect to machines. So to avoid that situation, because firewall is something OS team will take care of, so we are completely turning it off. In actual environment, they won't turn off the complete firewall. OS, they will have some third party firewall, but they will just uh, allow few IPs and some networks, etc. You don't have to worry about it. For now, we are going to turn off the firewall completely. This command will turn off the firewall completely. Now on this server, firewall is turned off completely. Now the only thing which I have to check is whether my machine is able to communicate to the next machine or not. So let's see if this machine is ready. This is taking time. Okay, if I have to ping that machine, which IP will I use, guys, of that machine? By the way, what is
Private
the IP of this
Private
machine?
IP.
10.0.1.4.
10.0.1.4.
So for first thing, to check connectivity, we have a command called ping. If I want to check whether I'm able to reach google.com, see, if it is pinging, it means I am able to reach to google.com. Am I able to reach to UT-Kloud.in? Yes, I am able to reach to UT-Kloud.in. Am I able to reach to suhail.com? There is no website with this name. So see, not able to do it, right? So here, if I want to try the connectivity with the other machine which I'm creating, what IP should I use?
Other machines
Either
IP.
of the IPs, public or private.
Sorry, one at a time, guys. Yes, which
We'll
IP?
use other second VM private IP address.
Anyone who says we can try with public IP address? I'm on.
Yes,
Yeah, tell me.
we can access through public IP as well.
Uh, Not actually. I mean, we can, but there is no point. Public connectivity is already there. Is that my purpose? In fact, public IP I have here just because I wanted to take remote and my VPN is not set up. Otherwise, you will never see a public IP on any computer and you will never utilize the public IP. Public IP से अगर connect हो भी रहा है, what is your achievement in that? Now you and me are connected over the Zoom, right? Which means our IPs are
Right.
talking to each other. What is our achievement in this? It's over the internet.
Nothing.
It's already there on one network. They have to communicate. They will communicate. What is your achievement in that? What is your setup in that? What is your configuration in that? Have you done something for that?
No.
No, right? So this is, we're not checking anything on the public IP. So what we are going to do, we are going to see this public subnet VM and our DB subnet VM, if they are able to communicate with each other or not. Should they? They are in same VNet, different subnets. Should they communicate with each other or not?
Yes,
Yes,
they
by
should.
default they can.
Yes, they can.
They they should, right? So our practical here is to check whether they are or they are not. Portal is working slow, guys. So my machine which says PM public subnet 10.0.1.4, it wants to communicate with this machine, DB subnet machine, which is there actually on the DB subnet. So these are the two different subnets. And look at the IP address also. What it got? 10.0.0.3. Sorry, 10.0.3.4. Right? Even it starts with 4. So this is the machine. Very important step, guys. Please come here, open this as an admin, your PowerShell, and turn off the firewall. If you do not turn off the firewall, you will be stuck and you won't even come to know whether this is your networking issue or is it blocking because of the firewall. So to avoid that, make sure that you turn off the firewall. The moment you turn off the firewall, at least that parameter has been omitted. So I'm done. I've turned off the firewall on both the machines. Here it is. If I check the name of this machine, it is my VM public subnet machine. This is my VM DB subnet machine. I want to check if these two are communicating with each other or not. Method is ping. So first I'll check the IP address. This machine's IP address is 10.0.1.4. Sorry. This machine's IP address is 10.0.3.4. So I want to check from 1 if I'm able to communicate with 3. Sorry, from this one 1.4 to 3.4. So let's ping 10.0.3.4. From this machine, I'm testing this machine. And I hit enter. And here it is. If it is replying, it is pinging. Now I'll check from here. Ping 10.0.1.4. Are you guys getting it? From one machine, I'm pinging to other machine's IP. And it is
Yes.
connecting.
Yes.
We have only 30 seconds left in this one, guys. We are stopping here. I'll give you some tasks to create VNet, subnet. Maybe I'll go with IP range. Maybe I'll just give you the usable IP numbers. I'll ask you to create machines, give them separate IPs, as in they will take IPs automatically, create subnets and ping them and share the screenshots with me. Okay. I'm stopping the session. If you guys have any doubts, please ping in the WhatsApp group. See you next week.